explain a little bit better for you. Okay, so anyone here heard of the expression social selling? That makes a lot of sense, right? So what I want to talk to you guys about today is, first of all, everything that is wrong with social selling. There's a lot of people doing this wrong, and we're going to make a little bit of fun of them. And then what I definitely want to finish with is I want to give you some real-life tips and advice on things that you can do tomorrow around the world of social selling that will actually generate more leads for your business. So I promise that this is not going to be just theory, pie in the sky. You will definitely be able to take some of this back tomorrow. Who am I, for those who don't know? Mick Griffin, Chief Revenue Officer at Brand24. Really fancy way for saying that I'm responsible for sales. Founder of Pipeline Summit, for those who haven't heard about it as well, and part-time lobster when SADC makes me do it. I start as many presentations as I can with this slide, which is the perception of a salesperson. Now, when I meet new people and like, Mick, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a salesperson. And then you can see that they're a little bit afraid that I'm actually going to sell them something right there and then. Now, the reason for that is for people like this. Now, it's not the people's fault, it's the processes. Now, traditionally how people try to run sales is there's very little targeting. So they're trying to grab as many people as they can. They're trying to play the odds. It's bad timing. So they're knocking on the door. They're phoning you at 5 o'clock when you're eating your dinner, when you're watching Rodzinka PL, and they're interrupting you. They don't care about what you're doing at the time. The salespeople are under massive pressure to make the sale as quickly as possible. And a lot of the time, it's one hit. It's get the sale, move on to the next person. They're not thinking about nurturing the leads. And the problem that these people have got now, this old school sales process has got, is that consumers are trying to avoid this now. So if you put into Google how to stop cold calling, there's over 170,000 results. As consumers, as people that buy products, we are saying stop calling us, and I want as many tools as I can to make that not happen. Now, the problem that we've got is that salespeople, from time to time, we do have ideas. And they've gone, okay, people really don't like us cold calling. What else can we do? So they're trying to think about other plans. And what these salespeople have done is they've moved to what they think is social selling. But unfortunately, they've taken all their bad habits with them. So probably people in the room, you get a follower on Twitter or something like that, and they instantly start pitching you. You get these messages from people saying, you know, thanks so much. Now do what I say. Do what I say. Please buy my product as quickly as possible. And what I'm going to show you now is a few examples of this. So here's a great LinkedIn message from Karen to myself. And what I want you to recognize is this is the problem. They're talking about themselves. We do this, I do that, we can do this for you. Now, the reason they're doing that is because they haven't spent the time, nor do they care about me, the person receiving the message. There's no targeting involved. They just need to sell as quickly as possible. Here was a lovely gentleman that pitched me on LinkedIn that he thought I would learn to fly helicopters for 7,000 euros. Now, I don't know where he got that impression from, but literally, you can see that he's saying, for 20,000 euros, I can give you 3 months of private lessons on LinkedIn. Now, the problem again is the focus. I am doing this. This is me. This is what we do. I can do this for you. There's nothing talking about me, the consumer, so he instantly loses my attention. Here was an amazing email that I got, by the way, of someone trying to sell me a list of Brand24 users. So I actually did reply and say I would love that list of users, and they didn't send it to me, unfortunately. But it just shows the lack of targeting. So what I started to do is I started to reply to these requests. I love replying to salespeople. I want people to sell me, so what I started to do is ask them why. Why are you pitching me your product? So anyone that has their email address anywhere on the website will probably have got an email like this. I would love to post on your blog as a guest author. Now, what I focused on here was the person that pitched me this said, after reviewing all of your recent posts, I believe I'm the right blogger for your brand. So I replied, which post did you review? The answer, the recent ones. What is staggering here is if this was me, I would instantly go, holy crap, I'm going to go to the website, I'm going to pick 3 blogs, and I'm going to put the links there. I'll pretend at least that I care. No, thank you. Here's another one. Paul pitched me augmented reality for Brand24. Sounds awesome. And I was like, but Paul, I don't see the connection between augmented reality and Brand24. But what I did is the first line is a salesperson's dream. Paul, I'm interested. Tell me how Brand24 can use this technology. His answer was, I imagine that most businesses can use it. So I replied saying, yeah, but why me? And he didn't respond, okay? Because they don't want to do the hard work. There's too much pressure on these salespeople to deliver quickly as possible. So here's one that, again, software development house. What I love to do is when people write, waiting for your positive response, I normally reply with, I don't have one. But what I asked was, did you look at my website? No. Was there something about your profile that made you think you need my services? Not really. Okay, you're really pulling me in here. Here was another one. That was, they really wanted to work with Brand24, apparently. So, what about your product? What about my product thinks that we're a fit? What's your product, actually, Mick? And I'm like, you should know this. Why are you asking me? Oh, come on, just tell me a little bit about your product. Just give me a brief explanation. Okay, great. We produce ebooks for astronauts. No reply after that, unfortunately. So, because they have to do the work, right? I'm a salesperson. If I pitch you, make me work hard for it. That's okay. So, here's another one. I was like, why did you pitch my product? Did you read my blog? Tell me something. Mick, there's no fixed way of pitching our services. It's too time-consuming for me to check every profile. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry for asking you a question. And this is how crazy it is. And I even, again, it's easy to pick at these. And this particular salesperson was like, it's time to work smarter, not harder, Mick. I'm not going to check every profile. And I was like, but there's so many better ways to do this. There's so many better ways. So I even said, listen, while you've been telling me that you're in this market for 9 years, like I should give a shit, I've actually gone and found a lead that actually needs app development. So I went to Twitter, and I actually checked, and there was someone saying, hey, by the way, your iPhone app keeps crashing. It's very unreliable. And I was like, go pitch them. Go take that Twitter tweet and go, by the way, did you know your consumers are really bitching about your app? And what he wrote was, Mick, let's do a video call, and I'll show you my office in New Delhi. So it's like, why? So the other thing is they've got to keep it real, right? So I got pitched by Mustafa, and that was great. That's fine. I said, no, thank you. Thanks for letting me know, though. I was really having a good day that day. I didn't want to take it on board. He said, Mick, however, if you work with me, I'll make you one of the top richest men in the world. It's like, wow. So I wrote him back, okay. The 10th richest man is Larry Ellison. He's worth $58 billion. If you can prove to me that you'll make me that money, I'm going to sign up tomorrow. And he didn't reply. So this is the problem that we have, right? People are taking old school methods of sales that we no longer want, we're showing we don't want, and they're rushing and they're trying to convert it to social. So here was another one, a very reputable company. Hey, Mick, congratulations on your career in marketing. Fair enough. Okay, I can be a marketer. And then he started talking to me about my competitor. So I was like, I think that TalkWalker would really, really like our product. And I was like, you might want to tell TalkWalker then, because I don't work there anymore. And his answer was, I'm sorry, I was typing too fast. What about Brand24? No, sorry, you kind of missed the boat there, I'm afraid, Jay. And then there was a really good one, okay? So this is not just about, picking out the easy ones. So here was a client, he was a salesperson pitching me, congratulations on Brand24. It looks like a really good service. I'm going to let my marketing team know about it. And I'm like, cha-ching, I like that. Good. Talk about buying my product first. Pull me in. That's really great. Then he sent me a message after that, a couple of days later, with a nice break saying, Mick, I work with chief revenue officers of SaaS companies to reduce churn. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm a chief revenue officer of a SaaS company, and I have a problem with churn. Awesome. Like, I even went to his LinkedIn page, and look how much he delivers. Look at his chief reduction expert. I help SaaS chief revenue officers reduce churn. And I'm like, wow, the best pitch ever. This guy is for me. So I replied, and I was like, listen, I want you to pitch me. I am interested. However, I don't want to get on a call. I don't want to get on a call because I don't like calls. I don't work the same hours as everybody else. I don't want to have a big, boring 60-minute demo. Pitch me via LinkedIn. Pitch me a different way. 2 weeks later, no response. And then he replied saying, actually, Mick, I looked at Brand24. You guys are awesome. I can't help you at all. I know we have problems with churn and and I was like, the reason why he didn't continue the conversation is because I asked him to do it in a different way. I don't want you to call me. I want you to talk to me. And instantly, that salesperson just lost their flow. And sometimes, it's just fun. So here was a regular LinkedIn approach, and I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of bullet points. I have no idea what he's saying. So I sent him back, this is what I like. I like playing FIFA, walking in the park, I like Netflix, and documentaries. Didn't reply. This was one I got 2 days ago. It was like, we are a web development company, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, holy crap, that's a handsome man. Wait a minute. You look quite familiar. So I replied going, I loved you in High School Musical. You were the best. And this morning he replied with, dear sir, we haven't heard anything from you. So I'm in the automation. So I was like, do you still work with Mitch? For anyone who doesn't know who Mitch is, okay, calm down. This doesn't make me feel good standing next to that picture. And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, too bad. I really liked him. So here is a company from China that was pitching me some pipe for some crazy reason. Can we buy some pipe? I can send you blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I feel like I'm ready for this. I'll take 3 tons of your pipe, but I want a discount. And they're like, okay, Mick, what standard material, something and thickness do you want? So I was like, I want standard steel, Play-Doh, 3.5. And they really fell into my lap here with the, what is Play-Doh? So this is what I imagine their office is like right now going, okay, we need a new strategy for sales. We need to start selling Play-Doh ASAP. So, okay, so once again, who likes being sold to? Put your hands up. Do you like being sold products? No? Okay, good. Perfect. Anyone been to the cinema lately? Anyone? Idziemy do kino? Tak? Ręka? Super. Dobrze. Okay. So, when I go to the cinema, I'm the weird guy in the room because I'm watching what people are doing during the advertisements and trailers, okay? And this is what it normally looks like.
If we do this, we'd be going in short-handed.
Yeah, you mean because he killed all our friends?
We owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
It's not about how much we lost.
So, when people in the cinema and they're watching a trailer like this, they're all sat there and they're focused at the screen and they're nudging their partner or their friend and they're going, we have to go and watch Avengers. We have to go and watch it. And the other person's like, no, I told you, no more superhero movies. And they're watching and they're super engaged, and then this happens. I know you love it. I know you like it. Okay, I would normally let it go, but the clock is ticking. And what happens is, everyone goes from looking at the screen to looking at their phones. They start a conversation. They lose interest instantly. Now, what people don't realize is that when you're going to the cinema and you're watching a movie trailer, you're being sold to. You're literally being pitched a product that costs money. Yet we all like it. We all go there. We all do it. We even know it's going to happen. And we're like, okay. But when we get pitched something that is spray and pray, they don't know if I like Biedronka. Okay, I love Biedronka. Biedronka is amazing. But still, they're guessing, so they lose your attention. Now, I believe that we like being sold to. That is the trick here. We like being sold to, but when 2 things are happening. One is that it's relevant. We like being pitched. We like being sold to at the cinema or the movies that are about the cinema. So it's very relevant to what we're doing at the time. We also like when we have a choice. Now, this is the key part here. We feel in control. When we go to the cinema and there is a trailer playing, we know it's going to happen. It's not our first time. So we feel like we made a choice. We know we can turn up at the cinema 20 minutes later and miss the trailer. So we feel we have a choice. So we're okay with being sold to when those 2 things take place. What's even more crazy about the movie industry is that 97% of people that went to watch Marvel movies stayed for the post-credit scenes. So not only do we go before and get sold to, we sit and wait to be sold to afterwards and get pulled in by that next teaser, that next advertisement. What is sad is that 1% of people are still waiting for the endgame post-season trailers. So, okay, time is ticking away. I'll be as fast as I can. Social selling. What social selling is nothing different than any other sales technique. What we want as businesses and as salespeople is we want predictable revenue. We want to put leads in the top. We want sales to come out of the bottom. Now, the reason why companies still do so much cold calling, even if the numbers tell us that we shouldn't, is because it's predictable. We know that even if you look at an infographic like this and it says 2% of cold calling results in meetings, somewhere in your company, someone's going, 2%? That goes in the budget. And you can prepare and you can plan for it. It's very hard to do that with social. So you know if you make 1,000 calls, you can make 3 sales from cold calling. But what I want to show you is that you can do the same with social. The first thing is that people are talking about you. You'll be surprised how many mentions online are people asking, should I buy a product? And they are mentioning the brands. Should I buy tickets? Should I buy a PS4? Should I do this? Should I do that? And so many of these are actually not being answered because only 3% of the time are they actually letting you know that they're talking about you. Now, what's great about this is if you look at this in a funnel, 100% of the time you as a brand react to mentions about you as a brand, 100% of the time that person becomes an engaged lead. So they start talking to you. So we can say that if you close at 10% rate of engaged leads, that's 1 sale. I don't think our CFO is going to be very happy if I give him a sales strategy that results in 1 sale. So the next thing we can do with social is that people are talking about the problems that you solve. 14,000 people every single month write, can anyone recommend on social media? 30,000 people write, where can I buy? And they're asking for your help. They're asking, what CRM system should I buy? What can I eat in Warsaw? Does anyone recommend an agency for PR, social media agency? I'm sure some of you people in the room work for companies like that. Where should I go to in Gdańsk? I need a hotel. I need a meeting room. The list goes on and on and on. 60% of these mentions are unanswered. Okay? 6% go with no mention at all. When we tested this, if you reply to those sales opportunities and actually engage them, like, hey, here's a hotel in Gdańsk, 40% of those people actually reply going, thank you, I appreciate it. So instantly now, for every lead we talk to on social looking for a purchasing opportunity, 39% of them engaged, 10% of them become sales. So we've got 2 sales now. They're also talking about your competition. We'll have to skip this video, I'm afraid, because I'm literally out of time. But here we go. Look at how many people are talking about GoToWebinar, GoToMeeting. So if you actually run a webinar company, there are so many leads online for you here. I hate GoToMeeting so much. Nobody replied. Now, 7,000 people every single month mention WebEx. Almost 2,000 people every single month mention GoToMeeting. Now, what we found is that 13% of people talking about a product or service similar to yours will talk to you about it as well. So instantly, all the hard work that your competitors are doing on social media and driving revenue and driving conversion is going to play into your pocket. So if one of your competitors has even 600 mentions, that's going to be 80 leads, and that's going to turn into 8 sales. Now, let's say you've got 2 competitors. Suddenly, our funnel is looking better and better. Now, the last part of the funnel is they are talking in a community. So in whatever industry you're in, there will be you are waiting now for people to come to your website. They are talking about it without you. You can go to them, okay? So what we do at Brand24 is we do Quora, okay? So we find questions like this, and we engage it. Now, the great reason for that, 2 seconds, almost finished. The main reason for that is because if you type that question into Google, it ranks normally number 1 or number 2. So Gloria from our team, lovely Gloria sat here in the second row, answers these, and very genuinely, hi, I'm from Brand24, this is what I do. And like I said, that question ranked number 1 if you type it into Google. So it's not only Quora that you're working on, you're working on Google rankings here now. Now, the great thing is, if you want me to give you a very simple proof, we have Gloria and Cuba that do this every single day. Gloria has 4.5 million views of her answers, 110,000 a month. Cuba has 1.3 million answers and 30,000 a month and growing. This is traffic. This is not paid traffic. This is organic traffic generated by our team just by going to where our leads are and talking to them there rather than waiting for them to come to us. So we know that for every 5 posts that we make on Quora, for every post we make on Quora, we get 5 leads. We convert them 20% to engaged trials, 10% become sales. So to wrap up, this is our social funnel. Just by working on community, competitors, finding people that are looking to solve problems and people talking about our own companies, we're able to make a very, very genuine funnel versus cold calling. Now, the beauty of it is it's 21% engagement versus 3% engagement, which means it's 7 times more effective for your business to do social selling over cold calling. Sorry for running over. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mick Griffin.